Have you ever heard of dishes made from bull testicles or crispy fried rattlesnake? America hides some bizarre foods, meant only for those brave enough to explore them. These are not just meals, they are challenges, experiences that many people only dare to hear about but never try. From the Wild West to unique food festivals, each dish tells a strange and shocking story that will leave you amazed. Are you ready to step into a culinary world not for the faint-hearted? Let's dive into the weirdest foods in America right now. 1. Rocky Mountain Oysters. America's shocking and mysterious dish. First, we have to talk about the origin of this dish. Rocky Mountain oysters, also known as prairie oysters or crispy calf testicles, are not seafood at all, but are actually bull or bison testicles. This dish comes from the vast cattle ranches in the western United States and Canada. When it is time to harvest the bulls, locals came up with a way to prepare this special part to avoid waste and make the most of the available food source. Over time, Rocky Mountain oysters have become a culinary symbol of the Rocky Mountain Highlands, closely tied to the ranching culture and adventurous spirit of the people living there. Tourism factor, regional culinary experience. If you love traveling and want to explore American culture in an authentic way, a trip to states like Colorado, Montana, or Wyoming would not be complete without trying Rocky Mountain oysters. At food festivals or local restaurants, this dish is prepared crispy and delicious, making visitors both excited and curious to give it a try. This is your chance to discover the diversity of Western American cuisine, where ranching culture blends with unique culinary art. Benefits and risks of Rocky Mountain oysters. Nutritionally, Rocky Mountain oysters are a high source of protein, vitamins, and essential minerals like zinc and selenium, nutrients that help boost the immune system and improve reproductive health. However, not everyone should try this dish. Especially people with heart disease or high cholesterol should be cautious because the dish is usually deep-fried and contains a lot of cholesterol. Also, those who are easily squeamish should prepare themselves mentally, as the appearance and ingredients of this dish can be shocking. Most importantly, this dish needs to be thoroughly cooked to ensure hygiene and avoid any food safety risks. What makes Rocky Mountain oysters unique? What sets Rocky Mountain oysters apart is the combination of unique ingredients and traditional handmade preparation. The testicles are carefully cleaned, marinated with spices, and coated with a special crispy batter that creates a golden, crunchy crust while keeping the inside tender and rich. The bold flavor and the unique, crunchy, soft texture make this dish not just a simple snack, but a symbol of bravery and adventure. It is this blend of cultural, historical elements and taste experience that keeps Rocky Mountain oysters attracting those who want to challenge themselves. 2. Giant alligator meat. In America, this dish sparks controversy not only because of its unique flavor, but also due to questions about safety and ethics. Alligator meat, a southern specialty, excites passionate fans while making critics wary. So, what is the truth about this dish? Let's explore. First, let's talk about its origin. Alligator meat comes from the American alligator, native to the swamps of Louisiana and Florida. This dish is not only a cultural icon of Southern American cuisine, but also a proof of the diversity and uniqueness of the local food scene. Alligator meat is often described as a cross between chicken and fish, with a mild sweetness and firm texture. It is prepared in many ways such as grilled, crispy fried, or made into sausages. Why does this dish cause controversy? Although popular, alligator meat also raises many debates. Some argue that alligator hunting could harm the environment and disrupt the ecological balance. On the other hand, many experts believe that strictly regulated hunting helps maintain natural populations while providing a sustainable food source and economic benefit for local communities. From a health perspective, alligator meat is low in fat and high in protein, but can contain parasites if not cooked properly, posing risks to consumers. Culinary experience and impressions. Many people love the mild sweetness and unique texture of alligator meat. They see it as an exciting challenge and a must-try experience when visiting the American South. However, some cannot get past the strange feeling or fear of eating meat from a wild reptile. What makes alligator meat unique? The uniqueness of alligator meat lies in its distinctive taste and high nutritional value. Alligator meat is low in cholesterol, rich in protein and minerals like phosphorus and magnesium, which are very good for health when prepared correctly. Additionally, this dish symbolizes the richness of Southern culinary culture, attracting travelers eager to try new and different experiences. 3. Fried rattlesnake, a dangerous and unique dish from the American West. First, let us talk about the origin and story behind this dish. The fried rattlesnake dish comes from the deserts and dry grasslands of the American West, where the local native people and ranch hunters faced the danger of the rattlesnake, a venomous snake famous for its distinctive rattling sound. Legend has it that to protect their lives and make use of available food sources, people here learned how to hunt and prepare this snake into a dish that is both safe and nutritious. Fried rattlesnake was born not only as a survival solution, but also as a symbol of courage and human adaptability to harsh nature. The hidden danger. The rattlesnake is one of the most dangerous venomous snakes in North America. Hunting them requires sharpness, experience, and absolute bravery. Just one small mistake could lead to serious consequences, even death. Therefore, fried rattlesnake is not just a dish, but also proof of the hunter's bravery. Moreover, if not cooked thoroughly, rattlesnake meat may contain parasites and bacteria that cause illness, making the dish dangerous for health. Unique features of fried rattlesnake. Rattlesnake meat has a firm texture, mildly sweet flavor, and is slightly chewy, very different from other types of meat. Fried rattlesnake is usually cleaned carefully, seasoned with special spices, then deep-fried to create a golden, crispy outer layer with tender, fragrant meat inside. This dish not only delivers a unique taste experience, but also poses a challenge for those who love to explore unusual culinary adventures. Spam musubi, the mysterious and unique dish of Hawaii. Have you ever heard of a dish that is simple yet mysterious, making people around the world curious? Spam musubi, an unusual combination of rice balls, canned meat, and seaweed, has become a unique culinary icon of Hawaii. But what makes this dish so special and full of mystery? Let's find out right now. Spam musubi appeared during World War II, when canned spam meat became a main food source due to transportation difficulties and limited ingredients. People in Hawaii creatively combined spam with rice balls and seaweed to make a quick, convenient, and tasty snack. This dish quickly became an essential part of Hawaii's food culture, commonly sold at food stalls, shops, and even local festivals. Although simple in ingredients, spam musubi holds many strange secrets. It is the perfect balance between the salty, sweet flavor of spam, the soft and chewy texture of rice, and the fragrant aroma of seaweed. Each shop has its own secret recipe for seasoning, sauce, and rolling technique, creating a unique flavor that is hard to find anywhere else. What makes it even more special is that spam musubi is not just a dish, but also a cultural symbol, connecting the Hawaiian community through historical stories and family traditions. While popular in Hawaii, spam musubi is very rare in other parts of the world. This makes it a rare delicacy, highly sought after and loved by travelers who want to fully experience local culture. Moreover, preparing it correctly and preserving its traditional flavor makes spam musubi a unique dish that cannot be replaced or fully imitated anywhere else. Kasu marzu, maggot cheese, the most shocking dish in the world. Kasu marzu, also known as maggot cheese, is a distinctive type of cheese from the island of Sardinia, Italy. It is an extreme evolution of pecorino sheep's milk cheese, made by allowing cheese flies, Pyophila caseae, to lay eggs directly on the cheese. The larvae then develop and break down the fats in the cheese, softening its texture and creating a sharp, pungent flavor. Production process and characteristics. Starting with Pecorino sheep's milk cheese, the rind is exposed to let the flies lay their eggs. The larvae hatch and consume the fat inside the cheese, making it extremely soft and releasing a liquid called lagrima, which means tear. When eating, people usually consume the larvae alive. If the larvae die, the cheese's flavor deteriorates and is considered spoiled. The dish is described as having an intense flavor, slightly spicy and strong like overripe blue cheese. It is sometimes served with Sardinian bread and Canana wine. Uniqueness and experience of eating. When you bite into it, you first feel a smooth, creamy layer, then a sharp, pungent heat similar to strong blue cheese. Many say it tastes like a blend of gorgonzola and pecorino, with a hint of pepper at the finish. The smell is incredibly strong and unforgettable, sometimes making it impossible to wash off your hands after just one touch. You might feel a little creeped out as the larvae move under your skin or jump around. Many people cover their hands while eating. The spicy heat spreads, with herbal notes that linger in the mouth for hours. However, when you experience this cheese, you are connecting with the ancient culture of Sardinia that has lasted thousands of years, and that is what makes it special. A word of caution. Casu marzu was banned in 1962 and does not meet EU safety standards due to health risks. The larvae can survive in the intestines, causing inflammation and infections. If you are curious, look for certified producers and only eat it when the larvae are still alive. Always be careful with your health. What do you think about this dish? Remember to leave your comments below. Lutefisk, the most mysterious and unique dish of Northern Europe. You definitely have to try once in your life. Have you ever heard of a dish made from dried fish soaked in an alkaline solution, then transformed into a mysterious food with a jelly-like texture? Lutefisk, a traditional Northern European dish, is not only a challenge for your taste buds, but also a story of creativity and unique culinary culture. Lutefisk originated in Northern Europe and was first recorded in Norwegian literature in 1555. This dish is made from dried fish, usually cod, soaked in an alkaline solution to soften it and create a special texture. There are many theories about the origin of lutefisk. One of them says it came from a fish storage fire, where the fish absorbed ash and rainwater, accidentally creating this dish. No matter the origin, lutefisk has become an indispensable dish at Northern European Christmas feasts. The preparation process of lutefisk starts by soaking dried fish in cold water for 5 to 6 days, changing the water daily. Then, the fish is soaked in an alkaline solution, usually made from wood ash lye, for 2 days. This process reduces more than 50% of the protein in the fish, creating a jelly-like texture. After soaking, the fish is rinsed thoroughly and soaked again in cold water for 4 to 6 days to remove the alkali and soften the fish. Lutefisk has a mild flavor and a jelly-like texture. It is usually served with boiled potatoes, mashed peas, and melted butter. Although it has a mild taste, for many people, lutefisk is a strange and sometimes controversial dish. However, for enthusiasts, lutefisk is an essential dish during festive occasions, especially Christmas. Scrapple, the Pennsylvania Dutch rural tradition. Scrapple, known as the poor man's bacon, originated from the Pennsylvania Dutch community, German-Swiss immigrants who came to America in the 17th and 18th centuries. It is a symbol of American farm culture, making full use of every part of the pig from head to tail. It began as Panhas in Germany, also called Ponnhaus, made by boiling offal and leftover meat with buckwheat flour and herbs. When brought to America, the Pennsylvania Dutch replaced buckwheat flour with cornmeal or wheat flour to better suit local ingredients. Production process. Bones and offal are boiled to make broth, then fat and bones are filtered out. The finely ground meat is mixed with the broth, cornmeal, and/or buckwheat flour, and herbs such as sage, thyme, savory, and pepper. The mixture is poured into molds and left to set into a loaf. When eating, it is sliced into 1 to 2 centimeter thick pieces and fried until golden and crispy. Flavor and eating experience. The outer crust is crispy while the inside is soft like pâté, with rich pork flavor blending with the mild sweetness of cornmeal and the subtle aroma of herbs. Many describe it as sausage polenta or a light liverwurst. Scrapple is an essential dish in the mid-Atlantic region, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, and surrounding areas. People often eat it with eggs and bread, accompanied by maple syrup, apple butter, ketchup, or mustard. 8. Southern pork chitlins, the special dish. Known as the Third Prince chitlins, pig intestines from the southern United States, is a controversial but vibrant dish. One bite brings history and culture alive with every mouthful. Chitlins originated during the era of slavery in America. Pig offal was discarded and then used by African American communities following African traditions. Over time, it became an essential part of soul food, reflecting the creativity and resilience of the Black community. Preparing chitlins requires careful technique, thoroughly washing the intestines multiple times, boiling them well with onions or vinegar to remove the strong odor, then frying crispy or stewing with spices. Source: What's Cooking America. If not prepared properly, chitlins can cause bacterial infections like Yersinia enterocolytica, a severe diarrheal illness especially dangerous for children. Chitlins have a distinct, strong smell, but when cooked correctly with onions and vinegar, the odor softens. When eating, the outer layer is crispy, the inside slightly chewy, with a rich, salty flavor blended with the aroma of onions, chili, and vinegar. This is not just a dish, but an emotional experience, both bold and authentic. Peanut butter and bacon burger. The unconventional burger that amazes millions of Americans. Have you ever tried the peanut butter and bacon burger? A burger like no other that has wowed millions across the United States? The idea of using peanut butter instead of mayonnaise started at small restaurants in Missouri, with the Goober burger from the 1940s at Wheel Inn in Sedalia. Goober is American slang for peanut. Since then, the burger gradually appeared all over the country for decades, especially as bacon mania spread strongly in the late 20th century. According to food experts, the combination of the rich fat from ground beef, the salty crunch of bacon, and the creamy nuttiness of peanut butter creates perfect harmony. It makes everything feel right, as one article once scientifically confirmed about taste. Peanuts are also iconic in America, one of the top peanut-consuming countries in the world. Simple but effective preparation. The patty, made from 80-20 ground beef, is grilled just right, then spread with warm peanut butter sauce. Crispy bacon is placed on top. Simple but creating a true American flavor explosion. The flavor blends salty, fatty, and lightly sweet notes, opening up layers of taste sensations. American cuisine is not just about familiar dishes, but also a journey to discover unique and surprising flavors. From the shocking Rocky Mountain oysters to the distinctive taste of lutefisk, each dish carries its own story and culture. If you love exploring and experiencing new things, plan your American food adventure today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel so we can continue exploring more unique dishes from around the world. Thank you for watching.